I remember a time when I was, I think, 10 years old, living in Germany. And I had wandered off for the day and gone walking in the woods. And I came out of the woods and over the top of this hill. And I saw something that was so beautiful to me that I simply couldn't absorb it. I couldn't open my senses enough. I couldn't open myself enough to appreciate the beauty to the extent that I could see it, to the extent that I knew that it was there. I was standing on this hill, and Germany's lots of rolling hills, especially in the south, and there was an alfalfa field, so that real dark green kind of shimmering grass, very tall, and the wind was blowing because there was a storm coming in, and the storm was in front of me, and the sky was a deep purple with these dangerous, angry looking clouds, but the sun was coming in from behind me at a sharp angle across the field, and I was watching that wind blow the waves of grass in such a beautiful, lulling motion. And that contrasted with that furious sky and that blowing wind and all of it coming together in such a moment of perfect harmony and perfect opposition, just everything making its peace in a moment and just coming to such an absolutely stunning picture of perfection to me that I felt like I was trying to breathe through a stir stick, you know, that I just didn't have enough senses. I didn't have enough vision. I didn't have enough feeling for that wind, and my ears couldn't possibly process all of this coming together at that moment. And I felt that same feeling in this poem called What is Love by Ili Chiara, a mystic. He says, in order to understand what true love is, we need to start the wondrous experiment with ourselves. The experience is simple. Practice it immediately. Just watch yourselves in every circumstance. The mind is unable to give a real answer, for it is old, it is relative, responding from the dimension of duality, a bundle of feelings, deeming love as the opposite of hate, as similar phenomena. True love is, through itself, uniqueness. Therefore, it has no opposite. It is evident reality, its nature divine. It is not in conflict with anything. Kindness and beauty are its permanent companions. Yet, knowing what love is of no use to us if we don't encounter it as a living experience in its very nature. Through self-knowing, all is revealed without any doing or search. The simplicity of the encounter with the ego in movement as possessive reactions, pointless, worthless, exposes and dissipates it. In the peace that envelops it, the being expands, united with the whole. True love appears, our true nature, part of the divine, as an integral reality. Therefore, we are love. In any circumstance, everything we encounter, we just watch it as it is. For love defines itself through itself as love. It cleanses and transforms all that it encounters. If we love ourselves, we see this love in everyone. People, things, events, in their own sublime unfoldment. I love these words that have an infinite meaning. Words like love and beauty, peace. these things that go beyond just a definition. They seem to, no matter where you put the boundary, they seem to be able to find an expression that passes that boundary. I always think that that's when you actually are able to find a name of God, when you've come upon one of these words that just simply cannot be caught in a definition, can't be held by the mind. I love this notion that pure love, real love, transcendent love, the mind can't contain it. Any boundary for description that you would put on it, any sentence that you would say, any string of adjectives or sounds, no matter how wide the area they covered, still the idea of love would be able to reach beyond it, would be able to step across it. I love it when the finite crashes against something infinite like that. When an idea that just has such a depth that you almost can't dare to go that deep. You almost feel the very strings that sew you together begin to strain as you just fall at the mercy of these ideals and these ideas. It's really why I moved here last year after camping up in the Rocky Mountains and taking this wonderful hike way, way up there and coming around so many corners to find a vista in front of me that I had to stop breathing for a moment. That's the notion of divine. That's the notion of a nature that's been tamed by mind, a life, a humanity that's been tamed by machines, taught to fit in little boxes and to think in little squares. We're more than that, so much more than that. You are the container of all of that beauty. You are the recognizer of it, the creator of it, the singer of it.